I see a lot of confusion in Facebook groups and message boards about the 1982D Lincoln Cent designs. I promise you, this is the last video you ever need to watch to figure out the difference between the 82D small date and the large date variety. Knowing how to identify the difference could be worth over $10,000. Here are the 3 easiest ways to figure out if your 1982 is a large date or a small date. Number 1. The space between the 2 in the date and the rim of the coin. Much like A-holes come in many shapes and sizes, so do 8-holes. This brings us to the second difference to look for, the size and the shape of the 8-holes. And number 3 is what I like to call the 2 curve and tail. There are other differences between the 2 dates, but they're not as easy to identify and end up just being more confusing than helpful. Number 1, the space between the 2 in the date and the rim of the coin. The large date penny is on the left, and the small date penny is on the right. Take a look at the distance from the tail of the 2 in the date and the rim of the coin. The distance is noticeably shorter on the large date penny than the small date penny. Number 2, the size and shape of the 8-holes. Here are the 2 different designs. The large date penny is on the left, and the small date penny is on the other side of your screen, also known as the right. Notice the difference between the 2 8s. The large date 8-holes are oval-shaped and closer in size than the small date 8-holes. The small date 8-holes are circular rather than oval like the large date 8-holes, and the top 8-hole is much smaller than the bottom 8-hole. Number 3, the 2 curve and tail. When you master this one, you don't need the other 2. If you look right here at the middle line of the 2 on the large date Lincoln Cent and compare it to the small date, the middle line is thicker and more straight as it joins the bottom portion of the 2, compared to the small date Lincoln Cent that has a thinner, more defined and streamlined midsection and more of a pronounced curve where it connects to the bottom part of the 2. And check out that tail on the large date. The tail is at about a 45-degree angle and juts out further than the angle of your small date. And remember, the variety that you're looking for is the 1982 Denver Minted Small Date that weighs 3.11 grams. There are only a handful of them out there, and they're worth thousands of dollars. If you don't know why it's important to know this information, click on that video to the left. You're going to want to see this. Be sure to share this video whenever you see a discussion about the 2 varieties. You'll be a hero. Thanks for watching.